Hi everyone, happy Sunday and welcome to our Seer Sunday reading. For those who don't know me, my name is Deanna and I'm an intuitive card reader, psychic channeler, and seer. And we do this Seer Sunday reading every single Sunday to get us a look at the energy that will meet us in the week ahead and get Spirit's guidance and advice for how we can use it to our highest and greatest benefit and flow with it through the most ease and grace. So with that being said, let's dive in. This week in our pre-shuffle, I got the image of, wow, talking fast. I got the image of Saturn, and I really felt like they were referencing Saturn retrograde. And honestly, I'm not that great at astrology. I'm not very knowledgeable. So I would definitely say maybe take a look at what Saturn in retrograde works on. And I feel like those are going to be themes that we're working with this week. But then they also moved away. So they were showing me Saturn specifically, but then they showed me an astronaut who was literally it was like they were orbiting the planet, but they were looking at it and observing it. And I heard the words exploratory. So I really feel like we might be kind of exploring new possibilities or exploring new worlds within ourselves this week. As I was shuffling, the Panther came out, and I really got so the Panther's usually about chaos that happens or something really unexpected that kind of shakes up our lives a little bit and makes us a little uncomfortable to basically move us out of stagnation or out of a comfort zone. So I will say there may be something like that happens this week, but I feel like we have the opportunity to, rather than it didn't feel overwhelming, I feel like it just is going to cause us to have a more curious mind about something. And I really feel like embracing that explorer, curious spirit is what's going to assist us the most this week. And I'm hearing get the most out of what this week is going to offer us. So they showed me the astronaut going around the planet. Again, that very exploratory mode. It was kind of wow, this is amazing. And really just taking in everything we're seeing. And I really think it's interesting we're seeing a new planet because I definitely feel like it's almost symbolic. It feels to me very symbolic of a literal new way of living or new way of being, or literally an entirely different paradigm, right? Another planet is so different from Earth. So I feel like that's kind of what we're referencing, is we're looking at things in a whole new way. But they did show me going back and checking in with their ship. So they showed me the astronaut kind of going back in to get more oxygen or to take a break, or just kind of checking into home base is what I would call this, or the mothership. But it was interesting because it was very clear to me that there was nobody else on this mothership or on this main, spaceship that this astronaut was returning to, which I really feel like is saying we will be doing this exploration more internal and more alone this week. And I really feel like that's actually beneficial. It didn't feel bad. It just felt like it was something we had to explore for ourselves because no one else can fill in those gaps for us, is what I'm hearing. So just know we may be presented with something a little uncomfortable this week, but if we can take a curious mind, it really will be good. And it may just be a week to be a little bit more personal and internal with what you're experiencing or exploring. And you may want to, it's like a journey you may want to go alone, okay? So what do we get? Ooh, we got the dragon. Guys, this is so cool with this pre-shuffle energy. The dragon is all about that knowing of the higher self. This is our solar plexus card in this deck as well. So it's very much about our drive, our ambition, our sense of self, our power, our willpower, right? The dragon, this card in the book, it talks about how sometimes when you look in the mirror and you make eye contact with yourself for a minute, you can almost feel like there's someone else looking back at you. It's that energy of this higher self, this other part of us. And I'm hearing where this week, I feel like what we're exploring is this new part of ourselves that we've brought forward over the last, they're saying years, but they're saying it's become more at the forefront and more apparent to us that we're not the same person over the last few weeks and months. But this is about discovering that new inner being within us that is a little bit more fierce, has a little bit more, I'm hearing boundaries, is a little bit more, because if you think they're showing me dragons protecting treasure, right? They're guardians of high valued things, right? So, and when we're thinking about our own spirits, our souls, our happiness, our well-being, those boundaries are very loving, very kind, very necessary, and are held with power. This is very much about knowing our own power to an extent that no one else can come in and interfere in our space, which is interesting with the pre-shuffle, being that we would be alone on that spaceship because no one else's input could help us through that exploration. So I feel like we're discovering who we are at a deeper level this week, but at a really empowered level. I'm really excited to see this card come out. Because to me, it's always just getting more in connection with that higher self. That's what I always associate the dragon with, is a deeper connection with that higher inner being, a deeper connection with our soul, and a deeper knowing of this is who I am, which I mean they're showing me a compass. Knowing who we are and knowing that and being connected with that inner being, that's the compass that guides us through life. That's the compass that helps us go, this is the path that's for me. This is the career that I want. This is the relationship that fits me, right? So I really feel like we're seeing another side of ourselves this week that maybe is a little different than what we'd expected. And again, I almost feel like we're discovering like a whole new world within ourselves this week. And when they were referencing, they're wanting me to go back to returning to the ship. They were referencing that it's important this week to remember to return to home base and meet your needs this week. They definitely want self-care to be at the forefront this week. Again, returning back to resources. So I'm seeing baths, I'm seeing exercise, I'm seeing good food, I'm seeing naps, I'm seeing just enough sleep, I'm seeing journaling, I'm seeing meditation, I'm seeing yoga. So all of these things, whatever it is that you do to take care of your internal environment, because they're saying it's not always easy to discover this side of yourself because it may conflict. And that might be, they're saying the Panther may come out of the deck, because sometimes when we discover these new sides to ourselves, they may be in conflict to existing things in our lives sometimes, right? And this doesn't feel major, it just feels like it might be a little uncomfortable, and that's okay, right? But there's new stuff coming out that's going to help us, I'm hearing, reevaluate and readjust our lives to be even more in alignment with this higher self that has endless power, and I'm hearing endless power to create, which is really cool. All right, so we've got This Is a Spell. So This Is a Spell is all about trusting the road. So I feel like we're gonna be kind of doing like a blind exploration this week. And I don't feel like, I'm hearing like some pieces may fall in as we go on. And they're asking us to not stop because we are like, I don't know why I would explore that. Like they're asking us to have an open mind this week for sure. This is a spell, if you see there's 333s everywhere. So this is definitely a card about trusting the signs that you're getting. And if you're specifically seeing numbers or even 333, I would pay attention this week. But this is also about like you're following these signs around the bend to lead you to something else, right? And this is about, you don't know what's on around the corner, but this is an asking of trust here, that you're being led and guided through all these subtleties in your life towards what it is that you're asking for, even if you can't see it. So again, it felt like this exploratory energy, and explorers don't always know what they're walking into. And I'm hearing that's half the excitement of exploration, is that you don't know what you're gonna find, right? And I feel like, again, what we're finding this week is parts of ourselves. I'm hearing also the word reclaiming. There are parts of ourselves that maybe we're discovering for the first time, or even reclaiming after some time of having, I'm just showing me someone handing a pen to someone else. So someone else maybe wrote our story for a little bit. And it's about reclaiming that part of ourselves that maybe we'd given away, or we thought was dead, or whatever that is. There's a reclaiming of a sense of self, and a coming back home to bits of ourselves that are really part of our soul and our divine makeup here. And then we've got an equal but opposite reaction. So this is, I'm hearing you're gonna get out of this week what you are willing to give, okay? So that explorer is only going to, they're showing me they're only gonna find what they're willing to go out of their comfort zone to find, okay? So this is like if they were a little bit nervous to go, like they're saying like going around the other side of the planet. If that was a little too far for the mothership for them, they may miss an amazing discovery, right? Or they're showing me like, if an explorer goes like, I'm scared, I'm turning back, I'm not gonna go further into this cave, they may stop just feet before an incredible discovery that would have totally changed their lives, right? So they're definitely saying there's an equal but opposite reaction in regards to I'm hearing our bravery, our courage, and our willingness to see this week. How willing we are to take this journey, to discover, to be curious, right? To explore whatever it is that's presented to us, and how we react as well to, if there is something chaotic that comes in this week, how we react to that. We will reap the benefits of that equal but opposite reaction. So it's definitely a week to be mindful of. I would definitely say we're being encouraged to push outside of our comfort zone. Again, they're wanting us, but it doesn't feel heavy. It feels very much like they want us to play and be in that, again, that explorer mind. It feels almost like a child, or like, oh my God, I just need to know. Or they're referencing, for me, there's like when I was a kid, there was this like little like cave system place that was inside of a restaurant called Casa Bonita in Colorado Springs. or maybe it was Denver, I don't remember, it was somewhere in Colorado, but there was like all these little caves, and when you run around every corner, there were these lit up gems, and there were little pockets that had like little gnomes or trolls or whatever inside of this like cave system that was inside. They're referencing, you never know what's around the corner, and that little bit of bravery will go a long way this week in leading you to discover even more than what you may have expected to this week. But it all feels very positive. I'm hearing big payout this week for that bravery. Now we've got not my monkey, not my circus. So they're referencing for me that other people are going to be going through this as well. And they're saying they may not be as internal about this process. So I'm hearing if someone's trying to drag you into their drama, if someone's trying to say, if they're projecting onto you, those kinds of things, or if you're just like, if everyone else is in upheaval, they're saying you don't have to be this week, right? This is about drawing clear boundaries in, if you want to get on the circus train, that's fine, but I don't want that for myself. So I'm here as an observer saying, I see you, it's okay that you're there, but I don't want to be in on the drama. I'm hearing gossip. I don't want to gossip. I don't want to talk crap about people. Or like, this is very much, they're showing me specifically someone, they're showing me a mother who is very negative and spews a lot onto, it feels like a daughter. So this feels like a mother-daughter dynamic to me. And again, this is probably for someone specific. Where it's like spewing negativity and complaining all the time. And this is saying, I don't want to do that, right? So you may draw a boundary around like, that's not mine and I can't do anything about it. So I'm seeing, they're saying there's two methods here. One is to address it directly and say like, I don't really want to do that anymore. The other is to just know in yourself, I don't need to take on the stress of trying to fix that because it's not my circus, okay? This is very much about holding our own energy back for our own stuff rather than getting wrapped up in the craziness, the drama, the negativity, or they're saying even just the general life of another person, because you can care and have compassion for that person in their life, but you can't live their life for them. So all you can do is live your life. And if trying to live someone else's or fix someone else's is detracting from your ability to be present to your own and joyful in your own, it's not serving you, okay? And then we have magic as immediate. So this is that big payoff energy I was talking about, where if we take these risks, if we draw these lines in the sand and we focus on us and we say, I'm going to be open to discovery this week. I'm excited to see where I'm being led and I'm trusting the process, and I don't need to know before I get there because I'm an explorer and discovering is half the fun. There will be big payout this week, guys. Now, this may not be money, but this could be an epiphany. This could be a big breakthrough. This could be a total shift in your sense of self that will lead to big things, right? And they're saying like sometimes change can be slow, but there's always these pivotal moments that they're just showing me like a shift. And I feel like we will feel it this week, and what it leads to, I'm hearing, is something that we will highly value, okay? Again, there's this big discovery energy. Wow, and then we've got you wished for this, right? Magic is immediate and you wished for this. This is like, hello, here they come. Hello, here comes that job you've been asking for. Here comes that abundance that you've been asking for. Here comes that perfect relationship. No, not perfect. They're going, not perfect. But here's that relationship you've been asking for. Here's that friendship you've been asking for. Here's that feeling, that healing, that sense of self that you've been wishing for, right? It's like immediate. Once we come into, I'm gonna go outside my comfort zone and let myself shine and be my authentic self, and I'm following the opportunities that are being given to me by the universe and are laid out so clearly for me, and I'm willing to take that risk to see what the opposite reaction would be, right? And I'm just not getting bogged down in heavy. The magic is immediate and we get what we're asking for, guys. This is so good. Like, I cannot tell you how excited I am to see these two cards come out together in tandem with what we've talked about today, okay? This is super exciting. We wished for this. This is wishes granted happening here, guys. Let's get some advice. I'm so excited. All right, what's our advice? Okay, they're saying this one. So let's see what we got. So here's our advice for how to flow with grace. Make the best of it. Make the best of it, right? This is that equal and opposite reaction. This is that not my monkey's not my circus. This is not getting bogged down. This is saying, okay, something a little chaotic or out of my comfort zone is happening, but like, I'm gonna roll with it because there's something here, right? Whatever comes in this week, there is something there for you. You are being subtly guided. And they're saying for some, it may not be so subtle. It may be like smack in your face, synchronicity type of stuff. But we are being guided here, okay? So whatever you're being guided towards, even if initially you're going, I don't know about that. That's really uncomfortable. I wouldn't normally do that, or I'm scared, right? They're asking us to make the best of it because, again, it's going to lead us to what we wished for, and the magic this week is immediate. Bye, guys. I'll see you next week.